Oh, what up, what up? Schwiener here, episode 30 of the West Brom career mode. It's the final episode of the season. We got an FA Cup final, we got a Europa League semi-final, we got a battle to get into fifth spot in the Premier League. A busy episode here, and as we're going through our youth academy scouting here, we got our guy Salmon, 17, 84 to 94 rated. Well, yeah, we're adding him to the freaking list, man. Absolutely signing him immediately. We're gonna keep scouting the rest of those guys here in England. We got a guy from Sweden that got poached. All good in the hood. No one else is really keen or catching my eye. I think we actually do go back and sign not that Bergstrom, but the center mid Bergstrom. I feel like we're kind of lacking in that department. Is the center mids? We have a striker. We got like a right back, a couple center backs, right mid, left mids, but kind of in the middle of the field with the youth. I feel like we're struggling. I'm not struggling, but we just don't have prospects in that area. So again, Serbia has produced nothing. But yeah, we go back and we end up signing this Bergstrom guy just to the youth academy, just to see if he kind of turns into anything here. But this is the biggest game probably of the series here. It's RB Leipzig. It's us. They have a 3-2, I think, aggregate advantage here. We have to win this to move on into the Europa League final, where Barcelona is up 2-1 an aggregate against Roma. So it's either going to be Barcelona or Roma. But first and foremost, we have to get through Leipzig. And looking at their squad here, I mean, they're tough. Openda, Bakayoko, Caldwell, and Orban in the backfield. I'm going to mispronounce it. Vermeeren, I think he's the Belgian center mid. So they got Lukeba out on the left. I think he's more of a center or center back though. No, but they got a squad. They got Nusa on the bench. So it's a tough opponent, and we're giving Luis a start out on the left due to fitness. Everything else is kind of our classic starting 11 here. Giving the young buck a start over Patati here, but I mean it's going to be tough away as well, but a couple of good opportunities early on. 6 minutes in, Amora just missing a golden opportunity that would have been awesome to give ourselves a early off the rip 3-3 tie here, but instead 10 minutes later just not tracking in and I really do feel like some of those goals like that are because we play such a deep defensive line. So our line is dropping back into the top of the goalkeeper area. Is it the 6 yard? And I think we need to change that for next season. But we do bag one back, so it's 1-1 back within 24, 25 minutes. So we're absolutely still alive here. Absolutely. And it's Ben Gannon to Isaac Price, slotting it into Moore, who's not going to miss this opportunity in front of him. So we got life in us, and we're going to put some pressure on him. Put him back, Isaac Price. Good save by the goalie here. And I kind of was getting the feeling here like that's not going in off the post. The guy's right there. It just felt like, right over. We had so many opportunities, and the ball was just not finding the back of the net. And I was getting nervous at this point because they just, 2 opportunities all game. They took advantage of them. We absolutely had, way more opportunities, and we just couldn't find the back of the net. And we have just dug ourselves into a hole here where we got 30 minutes to find 2 goals, and that would just get us to tie to get into extra time or a penalty shootout. And I thought we had it here. This was the opportunity, and Lee, who's been so reliable for us, just absolutely shanks it left. And we are out of the Europa League. We will not be winning the Europa League, which was our goal. That was what we put our effort into in just a devastating way. Especially last game too, how we just folded at the end, and just not being able to get the job done. So really, really disappointing, to be honest. I thought we deserved and should have gotten better, but it's just cruel sport. It is a cruel sport. But as you can see here in the table, we're sitting in I think it was sixth, um, 7 points behind Newcastle, but we have they have 2 games in hand, if that's what we're saying. So I think we were at 34 games, they're at 36 games. So we can, catch up, get those 2 wins, and we'll be 1 point away from them. So these last few games of the season really are going to be important. It's really trying to get ourselves back into the Europa League. I feel like now we absolutely have some unfinished business in that regard. So Luis is going to bag ourselves that goal to give us the lead 31 minutes into this game here. And he's been kind of, I forget how young he is. I forget how young all of our midfields are. He's 20. I think Batati's 24 maybe. Ben Gannon's like 22, 23. Gaerby's like 21. So we have a really young and good, which is kind of what we were looking for. Good young core out on the wings to kind of grow into. And, we thought we were going to scave away here with 3 points. And holy sheesh, man. How I always struggle to clear the ball. I was trying to do the right thing, pass it back to the goalie just to boot it out of there. And we nail it directly at their player, and it heads in. But we have a saving grace. We have a lifeline at the end here. It's Patati we threw in as a substitute. He's cleaning up Amora's good effort on goal. And this was a deserved 3 points. That was like their opportunity, was us trying to clear the ball properly and not being able to. I swear to God, that's going to be the death of us, not being able to clear balls out. But luckily, it's a 2-1 win. Luis and Patati bagging ourselves the 2 goals, and we're walking away from Brentford with 3 points, which is huge. And Kai Foster, who I think we signed last episode, that center back, is going to go out on loan next year with Stoke. Now we got Man City, so at this point, I think it's 3 games left, I think. So, getting some sort of result out of this is going to be massive. We cannot drop any points here. And jeez, Erling Haaland just looks like a freaking Viking, man. He's just always causing problems. But hopefully Amora, someone we can have a miracle here, because we are definitely not the favorites in this game. And it's Isaac Price, who I don't know how that even happened. How is that going out? Like, I just don't get that shot at all. Good opportunity, and he just curls it and shanks it. And again, us sitting in such a deep line is going to be the curse of us. Erling Haaland being able to receive the ball at the penalty area and turn and shoot, just unacceptable. Should not be happening. We're going to have to make some adjustments next season with play style, because that's just, we're handing teams like this goals on a platter. This should just never, ever be a thing. I don't know what Bass, I think it is doing, but whatever. And again, it's Price here, just not able to score on volleys. He can't really score in general, but it seems like volleys are his kryptonite. 2 good opportunities off that corner. A good save by Donnarumma here. Good reflexes. It's kind of right at him, but, still had to hit that over. So we had some opportunities on our end, too. It's just, I don't know, are we in like a scoring drought? Having some issues? I don't know. Time will tell, I guess. But finally, 44 minutes in, right before the half, we do find an equalizer. So we just pass it around, and Patati just finds himself open on the left with no one around him. He's absolutely going to bag that every day of the week. Just nail that into the corner. And we find ourselves absolutely back in this game at 1-1 at halftime here. And Potts with a long ranger. Why not, right? Sometimes you got to try the miracle. And again, just unreal defending. Just such crap defending. Haaland somehow is able to body off 2 guys. Running, it has to be better. You cannot give teams like City just opportunities like that, or we're gonna get crushed. We're gonna lose. I mean, two guys there. There's a guy in front of him, and Bernardo Silva. I just no one. Everyone did crap there. So we're fighting for our lives here, just trying to scrape a point away here, getting some opportunities on goal. That led to this corner here, and we found it. God answered our prayers. The soccer gods answered our prayers. It's Baleen, who I feel like him and Bass both are definitely weapons to use on corners. They both have a couple of goals each off of those. So um, props to them. 78 minutes in. Bam. Low. Donnarumma can't do anything about it. Bounces up. And that's how this game finishes 2-2. So we're still alive, absolutely still alive to try to finish that in that fifth place Europa League spot here. But to be fair, none of it will really matter if we can win the FA Cup final here against Chelsea, right? If we win the FA Cup, we get an automatic spot into the Europa League. So this game is probably bigger than the next two or so games that we have in the league. Like this is our ticket back to the Europa League, I think, because trying to chase that spot, we're really going to need some favors from other teams here. This is our path, how we got here against Chelsea. But yeah, we're going to need some favors for other teams against Newcastle. Has to drop points, right? So we got to put trust in our guy Lee. 9 assists. He's been on absolute fire in this competition. He's our man that we're putting our hope and prayers into to win this game. So definitely had to throw some subs in here. Some reserve guys, Luis, Lee, Nagola, Justin, James out there, Charles as well. But still a really, really solid squad that I have full trust and faith in these guys coming in here and getting ourselves a win here. So they're going 5 in the back. Fernandez is there. Jackson, João Pedro, two up top. So interesting formation from Chelsea coming in this game. We got Palmer on the bench, Delap as well. So they got some weapons, but we got some weapons too, right? I think. And early in this game, 4 minutes in, Amora absolutely plucked and scores. I mean, just given a gift on a platter here. I know I feel like I use that phrase so much in this episode, just in itself. But I mean, you got to be aware. Amora, a little sneaky guy, coming in there, picking their pockets, giving ourselves an early 1-0 lead, and Griffiths really keeping us from dropping down into a 1-1 tie there. A fantastic save. And that save, changed the trajectory of this game as we bag ourselves a second goal. It's Luis who's really kind of stepped in as a guy out there. So I'm loving that from him. The youngster kind of pokes it up there. Defender should have done something a little better. I'm not sure. But again, Griffiths, he might win man of the match at the end of this game. A couple of massive saves in the first half, keeping us with this 2-0 lead. And he just enough to throw, I think that's Jackson off on his shot wide here. Again, I mean, just unreal saves. I mean, just bad defending, and I totally forgot. Penalty, 85th minute, Nagola. That's brutal. Just a few seconds off. So I just left him wide open. Can Griffiths be the guy? He can't for this penalty save. And it's 2-1 with 5 minutes left in this game, and we're getting nervous that we're gonna choke this, but we don't. That's the end of the game. It's 2-1. They bagged themselves a penalty late in this game, but Griffiths, I think, absolutely gets man of the match here with like 3 or 4 just absolutely incredible saves, and this is huge. It's funny, I subbed Max Burden, and I guess he became our captain when he subbed in. So we got Bird lifting up the FA Cup in front of the squad, which is hysterical. He's like our 4th string center mid that I just threw in there for I think I threw him in there just for better defending with Charles. So Max Bird is our guy lifting the trophy for the FA Cup, running over, showing the fans But we got the job done. This is massive. So confirmed, we have Europa League football for next year. We have unfinished business, and we're gonna relock and load this squad to go out and win that. So we got 2 games left. We're a game behind, so we need Newcastle to lose to Arsenal. We need to win out these last 2 games, and I think we'll go through on goal differential. But to be fair, again, doesn't really matter. So we're kind of just playing for pride for that 5th place spot and just to knock Newcastle out as an opponent that we have to deal with in the Europa League. So that's kind of the only thing that we're fighting for here. And it's not easy. We have Liverpool here at home. We got Isak up top, who always causes issues and trouble. But 20 minutes in, Ben Gannon with just some incredible work, man. I mean, he is kind of taking his game to the next level through this season, and I'm excited. I'm excited to have it. Like I was saying, I think we did a really, really good job of identifying and bringing in these left and right mids. I think our 4 guys that we have are absolutely sensational, and hopefully can be core pieces of this team for the rest of the series here. And here he comes again, Ben Gannon. Should have made it 2. Good save by the keeper. Good reflexes. Again, Ben Gannon, another great opportunity on a platter for him. So he had that incredible first goal where he should have had a hat trick by this point. But that's just the game for you. We're getting a little nervous here. Had an opportunity hitting into the side netting. For a second, I thought that did go in and was a little nervous. Bove, great ball in. It's Ben Gannon hitting it wide again. I mean, got to get these on target. Now I'm getting frustrated with him. But Griffiths with the great save, hitting that off 75 minutes in. We really should have had ourselves a buffer goal at this point, but it is enough to get us over the line here. So Ben Gannon's one incredible goal, which should have been 3 or 4, but the one is enough. So it comes down to the last day here. Taking a look, Newcastle. We're at even. So they have to lose. We have to win. We'll get through on goal differential. So it's all coming down here, coming into Brighton Stadium over on, I think, what are they, on the west coast of England, south coast? Let's look it up. People are going to be pissed. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with geography of England. Where is Brighton located? What coast? Yeah, south coast. Sorry, yeah, south. 51 miles south of London. So we're bussing down there, down to the south of England. Brighton, never an easy opponent. I mean, they know how to coach. They have such a good system and just ownership in place here of developing and selling off players for profit. So just massive. And again, an issue clearing the ball, but Griffith somehow, some way, I mean, he had no business scoring this, but somehow gets a foot on it and deflects it away. Even if you're getting a foot on that leg, I feel like that should still be going in the back of the net. But he keeps us alive. And again here, our defense, for some reason, back it up to the 6-yard box or whatever. And 52 minutes in, it's our guy, Berthe. Doing us dirty, man. Doing us dirty. And it's 1-0. And horrible. I don't know why I haven't changed tactics at this point. I guess it doesn't matter. But next season, definitely going to need to change some things up. And 70 minutes in, they kind of put a dagger in us. Matt O'Reilly, 2-0. And kind of our hopes of finishing in that 5th place are looking, smaller and smaller as this game goes on. We just really weren't able to produce anything. And that's how this game ends. We did score a goal at the end. I don't know why I didn't throw that in there. My apologies. But 2-1. That's how this finishes. Is what it is. But here we are, which wouldn't have even mattered. Newcastle did beat Arsenal, so even if we did win that game, wouldn't have changed anything. So we officially sit in 6th. 16 wins, 12 draws, 10 loss, 25 goal differential. Arsenal, unfortunately, I guess not unfortunately, but win the title. I think we can all, in a consensus, say they suck and they deserve to lose the UCL final, and hope to never really see them back in a position that they were this season. But it's Sunderland, Crystal Palace, and Wolves going down. Excuse me, Manchester City beating Real Madrid 2-1 in the Champions League final here. And it's Leipzig losing to Barcelona here in the Europa League final, which is whatever. And then Liverpool win 4-3 on pens against AC Milan in the Conference League final. It looks like Leeds and Southampton are getting automatic promotion. Leicester, Birmingham, Middlesbrough, Ipswich are fighting for that playoff spot. I couldn't find on here the playoff. I could only find like the League 1 and 2 playoffs, which is ridiculous. But it's Luton, Derby, and Portsmouth going down. Guess we'll find out next year who's going up. But it's PSG winning in their league, Bayern Munich winning in the Bundesliga, Juventus winning in the Serie A, and last but not least, La Liga, FC Barcelona winning. Real Madrid finished fourth. Interesting. And then we're going to take a look at our squad. Denny Todd up to 69. You know, a lot of growth from across the board. Amore is up there. Jay Harrington, Paul Wells, all these guys getting 3, 4 plus rating. Gannon's up 3. Luis up 3. Our guy Soldado up 3. So a lot of good growth. Hutton, I think, is he might find some first team time next year if he can get up to like a 75. By half. Isaac Price up to a 79. But he's going to be on his way out next year. Lee, even Lee at like 31 going up. Hammy up to a 70. So, Bove, though, no growth from Bove, which is a little bit concerning. Would love to have seen him go up to like a, 81, 82. I mean, 79 still serviceable, but I don't know. We'll see. Hammy up to a 70 again, which is great. Guy Arby, who just in a long-term injury, so we might need to find a replacement there. But +6 for Franco. Huge improvement from him. Same with Billy Lees. It's an awesome freaking name. Charles Potts up 3. I mean, huge growth, which we're loving. This guy who didn't even play, maybe like a game or two and up. But Max Bird, nothing. +6. So love seeing from these guys, these younger guys, like this 5-6 growth here. Kai Foster is going to be going out on loan. Both of Bass and Balin are up into the 80s here. Fontana, big growth from him as well. Styles Griffiths is a +4 up to an 81, so fantastic. And looking at our goals, of course, Amora 41 goals is absolutely insane. That is absolutely insane. 27 goals in the Premier League. Richarlison coming in at 24 goals. He has been incredible for us. Lee with, I think it's 18, maybe 13. I don't know why this is kind of everything is a little blurry on my screen when I'm throwing this into editing. Gannon, I think that's 11 goals. Price with 9. And then we go down to the 5, 4, 3 goals here from these guys. Coming down, but assist-wise, Lee with 25, Ben Gannon with 20, 13 from Price, and Patati, and then we're going to promote Salmon here up into the first team for this. We're also going to get Cooch up as well. So 2 guys that we're adding, promoting up into the team for next year, and hopefully we can just get them out on loan. Couple of guys, I think. Yeah, we do promote them. I think I keep everyone else. Yeah. So, and then kind of our last look here as we wrap the season up at our final scouting reports here. I mean, what a season. It fell a little short, but we've kind of reloaded, put ourselves in a good position for next year to build off of this past year, and that's gonna be our goal. We gotta get a Europa League. Get a Europa League win would be huge. If we can win another FA Cup, we forget, man. We did win 2 domestic cups this year, absolutely, finishing in 6th, getting the semifinals of the Europa League. So a lot of positives, for this past season. A lot of growth. So really, I'm excited to head into next season. Absolutely excited. A couple of guys that we do sign from Sweden here, because I think this is the last scouting report for the year, if I'm not mistaken here. I think. I don't know. I'm debating. I think we end up signing this guy just because he's high rated. Maybe get some money for him. And finally, I think, no, never mind. We don't find anybody in Serbia. What did I think we did? But it is what it is. But I appreciate y'all watching. We're going to take a look at what, this last month here. But again, what a season! Appreciate y'all following along for the ride. Follow along, like, subscribe for next season. But I'll catch y'all here in the next one.